is starting. The Captain Coder at the helm. Bean water is ready. Today we will learn a lot. He loves the questions, he loves to sing. Join our Discord and follow him.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you, wherever you happen to be in the world. It's Captain Coder. I am Captain Coder here on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday morning for me, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. I hope you're having a beautiful day. I'm so excited to be here. We got the whole crew here. Thindle, yeah, that song, that incredible intro song was created by us, created for us by the wonderful Sigian here, Captain Coda. Yeah, the Captain Coda. I'm so excited to have the whole crew with us here today. I wanna thank you all for being here with me, making my morning wonderful. Dram, thank you so much for being here first, my friend. Dram, it's so good to have you here. I hope you're having a beautiful day. And I hope your C sharpen's going well. I hope you were able to get out of whatever. Yeah, I know you were in a funk a while back. I'm hoping that funk is defunking a little bit. Coaxed. Thank you so much for being here as well, my friend. It's nice to see you on this beautiful Sunday. I hope you had a beautiful Saturday. Welcome to Sunday. By the way, Coaxed, have you been doing Advent of Code? I'm just curious. You know, says, I'd like the captain to be bigger during my intro. Bigger during the intro. More captain. It's as big as it'll go. The screen can't get any bigger. Do your own thing. That's totally fine. Mono, how's it going, Mono? It's nice to have you back with us on this beautiful day. Clayman, welcome back to the stream. I hope things are going well for you. How the heck is Epic Hero Game coming along? It's so nice to have you here with us. Thank you so much for popping in. You know I love you, my friend. And G, you're back. And I'd like to welcome G to the crew. G, welcome back. G, how are your adventures going? The Advent of Code adventures. How are they going, my friend? How they going? Those C peoples are dangerous. If we have mono, we're stereo. Yeah, we need stereo NZ. We need stereo NZ. Yeah. Smab, thank you for being here, my friend. Even if you're on the phone, that's okay. Smab's still number one on our leaderboard, folks. Don't forget, you can get on the leaderboard. You can get on the leaderboard here. Smab just crushing it, totally destroying everyone on this leaderboard. We gotta take Smab down, folks. Smab's too good. Over on the phone, beating us all on the phone. I'm sure you didn't beat us on the phone there, but Smab, thank you so much for being here. It's nice to have you. G says, fine song, at least I finished today. Whew. Oh, it's today a tough one. It's a Sunday. What leaderboard? Snabble. What are we doing today? What are we doing? It's the Advent of Code. What? Advent of Code, we're working on day 3 gear race, just only 3 days in. You can hop in here. There's a leaderboard code. Use that code to get on the leaderboard and prove you're the very best that there ever was, the best that there could ever be. Hop on there with the likes of all of us. But yeah, thank you so much for coming in, everybody. Happy to have you here. But yeah, there is a leaderboard for the Advent of Code. I need to watch the YouTube. The restream bot is like not working. And there's people chatting over on YouTube that I keep missing, so I gotta keep making sure. Gee, thank you so much for the pin. What about Positron Decay? I'm so confused. What about Mono Game? Where's Stereo Game? It's true. Why would you settle for that's the sequel? The sequel, Mono Game, bring out the Stereo Game. I'm so confused about the Positron. What's happening? This I forgot. Yeah, XKCD's on the screen here. XKCD, I was like, what Positron? What are you talking about? Positron emission. There it is. Right there. Just like this. Look at that. Beautiful Positron. Positron emissions. All right. We have monotone voices. Where are the stereotone voices? I think stereotone would be much harder. That's almost like Himalayan throat singing. Himalayan throat singing is where you growl one pitch and then you hum another pitch. So it's like, it's a monotone. It's not speaking, but it's stereo tone. Stereo means two, right? Stereo is two or more than one. Does stereo mean two? Stereo definition. I think it means two. Two or more. So stereo can be two or more. So all speech that doesn't sound like this is stereo speech. So stereo tone speech is normal speech. Two or more. At least two. All right, folks, what are we doing today? We are hopping in. Oh, you know what? Hang on. I forgot to get open. This is why I've been missing people in chat. I forgot, folks, if you guys don't know, I have a little program. I have not really a program. I have a little script that helps me know when people come into the chat. Hang on. Bear with me. Grab a bear. Tail f users.txt. I forgot about this tool I made so that I can see. It reminds me. It will tell me when someone first chants, so I can make sure to say hello. I've been going like, man, it's so hard. Eargasm. I'm sorry, Thindle. I'm sorry that if that was too much for your ears. I apologize. But we are on day. I can actually clap with one hand. Me too. Look. It's very quiet. I don't know if you can hear it in the microphone. I can hear it. I can hear it. Clapping with one hand. Is that how you clap with one hand? Or do you I could clap with one hand like that. I can whistle the whistling in a certain Russian song. Anything interesting. All right. So we are on day 3. We are on day 3 of the Advent of Code. Gear ratios. Let's read this one in here. Let's see if we can do. So anyone who doesn't know, I think everyone here knows, but if you don't know what the Advent of Code is this incredible coding puzzle challenges put together every year for the last 10 years at this point by Eric Wassel. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but created Advent of Code, makes these puzzles for his friends, for the community. It's just so much fun. Bio test. How's it going? We also have Devro. Biotest, what have you been up to, my friend? You've been making music? Making anything cool? You're always making cool stuff. Devro says, I can hear it. It works on my screen. That's true. It's true. Devro, how have you been as well? How are your classes wrapping up? I know you were doing some class. Thank you for the what? What are you? All right, so Advent of Code, we're doing programming puzzles. They start out relatively easy. Every day there's 2 puzzles. You get 2 stars. Work your way up, and you gotta save Christmas. Here we go. Day 3. You and the elf eventually reach a gondola lift station. He says the gondola lift will take you up to the water source, but this is as far as he can bring you. You go inside. It doesn't take long to find the gondolas, but there seems to be a problem. They're not moving. You turn around and see a slightly greasy elf with a wrench. Okay, like work grease, not like a greasy sandwich. And look of surprise. Sorry, I wasn't expecting anyone. The gondola lift isn't working right now. It'll still be a while before I can fix it. You offer to help. The engineer explains that an engine part seems to be missing from the engine, but nobody can figure out which one. If you can add up all the part numbers in the engine schematic, it should be easy to work out which part is missing. The engine schematic, your puzzle input, consists of a visual representation of the engine. There are a lot of numbers and symbols you don't really understand, but apparently any number adjacent to a symbol, even diagonally, is a part number and should be included in your sum. Periods do not count as symbols. Okay, here's an example. So we're probably gonna have to do a grid here. In this schematic, 2 numbers are not part numbers because they are not adjacent to a symbol. 114 and 58. So hang on. Can numbers be diagonal? Any number? No, I think numbers go left, right. It's saying that if the number is touching diagonally, if a digit is touching diagonally. Did I forget to update the stream title? Probably. Look, I'm bad at streaming. Thank you so much, Whimsical Maid. We're gonna update it. Thank you so much for that. I'm getting back into streaming, and I'm bad. Whimsical Maid points. Add Whimsical Maid 500 points. Thank you so much for what? I can't add points to that user. Could not add. Let's try again. What is your name too? Is your name too special to be given points? Is it because you're not following whimsically made? Oh, why is my bot not letting us add points? Whimsically made. I'm gonna have to make a note. No, it still won't let me add points. I don't know what's going on here. Let's try. Is this no points? Add nerd waffle 50. What? What? Let's try again. Whimsically made 50. Could not add currency to user. Hang on. We gotta go deeper. We gotta go deeper. Biotest, thank you so much for letting me know. Sorry, I was in the middle of reading there. I got a little distracted. Sorry if I missed something in chat. Pause the stream, quick, pause the stream. All right, folks, we gotta go deeper. Why can't I give whimsically made points? I bet you're not in here yet. I bet it didn't add you to points. Viewers. Whimsically made. You're not in the system yet. You haven't been in the stream long enough. It takes up to 5 minutes to add you the first time. Whimsically made, we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back to you. You're not in the system yet. I don't know if I can just add you directly, but we're gonna try and remember. But whimsically made, thank you so much for follow. Oh, have you met whimsically? Hang on, terrible song, let's start over. Whimsically made, I would like to welcome you to the stream now. Whimsically made, thank you for following me. Thank you for letting me know that you were not getting points. Thank you for letting me know that the title was wrong. Whimsically made, welcome to the stream. Thank you so much for the follow. Happy to have you here on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday. I hope you're having a beautiful day wherever you happen to be in the world. You'll slowly accumulate points, true. Nerd Waffle, the system down. Biotest, sorry I missed your message there. Let me give you some points. So points. Biotest 500. Thank you so much for helping out with that. 60K Biotest. Racking them up. I'm racking it up. So let me keep up the chat here. I don't know what this is, but I needed blah, blah, blah. Not really just doing it. I finished. Deborah says, finished C++ and passed now. C# still 4 weeks ahead of me. Awesome. Congratulations on passing your C++ exams. Nice work. Javasaurus X, welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here on this beautiful day. You forgot to add in the commands. Oh, biotest, that makes sense. Bot points, there we go, first try. Okay, so we need to look at this here. What is the sum of all the parts in this? So we're gonna take the sample input. There's a couple ways we could approach this. Let's see here. There's a couple ways we could approach it. I'm gonna take my sample input here. We're gonna add it into our project. New input, sample input.txt. There's a few ways we could do this. We could identify the number and then check to see if it's next to a symbol. Or we could identify the symbol and then find the adjacent numbers. So those are kind of the two straightish forward approaches that I'm seeing. If we do it from the symbol, we have to identify the number, then pull it out. So I'm wondering. So there's always the trick. There's always the second puzzle. The second puzzle of the day is always some twist on it. So I'm wondering what, if any information I should over-engineer. Go with the second approach. Trust me, nice law saying, go with the second approach. Okay, so the second approach seems harder for this particular puzzle, but this is where my brain was going. I was like, I wonder how important it is. So here's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm going to pull out, I could create a grid. Trust me, bro, science. Yeah, nice law. Thank you so much for the trust me. Points, Ed. I bet this won't work either. You're in the system. Can I give points to Whimsically Made yet? Whimsically, thank you so much for the advice. Whimsically Made 500. I don't know. Whimsically Made, you're just too powerful. I don't know why it won't let me give you points. It's making me really, really sad. But yeah, nice law. Let me see here. Folks, just so you know, backseat coding is totally welcome in this stream. I do think I'm not always going to accept it. I have that effect on, so things just crumble down around me. That's not a good effect to have. My heater just turned on and it's already really warm in this room. We're gonna see if it'll sweat me out here. I might have to go figure out what's going on, why it's on. Okay, so let's read this in. Smab, thank you for not making any suggestions. I appreciate that too. All edges get hit, cap and be cooking. It's true, folks. What would you guys think? Of a Captain Coder cooking stream? Would anyone be interested in a Captain Coder stream? Anyone who doesn't know, I love cooking, but my new kitchen and the new house I'm in is has an absolutely awesome kitchen. So like I've been cooking a lot the last week. Goob, welcome back to the stream. Nice to have you here, my friend. Captain Cooking stream. Yeah, so I would probably cook some meals. We are hungry. New house. Tell me all. Thindle, we moved. Oh, the house is awesome. We're gonna build a rock wall. We have the garage is trying to I'm gonna build a workshop. I'm gonna put a workshop. Do you even have a kitchen? The kitchen is so nice. So one of the things that I've been talking about doing with my thank you, nice for the correction. I appreciate that. One of the things I've been talking with my partner about is like, what could we install cameras all throughout the kitchen and set up like a cooking stream? So like I'd have like 4 or 5 cameras in the kitchen, made of rocks to climb on. Yeah, a rock wall in my garage. Because we have these it's like a 40-foot tall garage. It's like a warehouse. It's crazy. It's so nice. Okay, sorry. Focus. We gotta focus. I gotta get some pictures for you guys at some point. Will you adopt me? Thindle, we didn't even know this was an option. Captain's Workshop, I know. So this summer, I am, I'm not sure. That's a hangar, not a garage. Well, it's a garage. We don't have, so here's the thing. I did not know that the houses came with garages for RVs. We don't have an RV. But we have a garage for an RV. So that's, we were like, oh, there are RV garages, and I was good. Like, I've never seen a house like that. Apparently the neighborhood we moved to, like half the houses have these RV garages. It's crazy. So I put a garage in a garage. Yeah. My partner, she's an acrobat. And so she usually has like a big giant gymnastics gym in the house. And so it's one of the challenges for us. The last place we lived didn't have space for it. And it was just like horrible for her to be able to work. But she's super into gymnastics. She does acrobatics. She does like aerials. I don't know if you guys know what an aerial is, but it's like when you're on the ropes in the air, like spinning around and stuff. Yeah, aerials. Yeah. So when we saw a house with an RV garage, we're like, well, we gotta at least look. And like, oh my God, fell in love with this house. We love it here. But yeah, so we're gonna put a rock wall in there. Eventually, these are all things that it's gonna take time. It's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take some time, but we're gonna put a rock wall in there. I'm gonna put in a workshop. This summer, I want to, if we can get there, if we can make it there and I can actually put it together, I want to do a set of streams where we build an arcade cabinet. Actually, like, cut all the wood, build all the panels, do all the painting, build an actual arcade cabinet, install all the joysticks. I want to put a 4-player arcade cabinet running on a MAME emulator, probably on a Raspberry Pi, one of the new ones. I think it'd be super fun project to do over the summer, but set up my garage, the workshop, so that we can have some cameras in there and we can watch all the stuff. So I'm looking into doing that. I haven't really monetized this stream. If you may have noticed, I'm not when you do that, take a look at CoinOps. Cool. I appreciate the suggestion, CoinOps. I'm assuming that's an arcade type thing. So I've built an arcade cabinets before. So Thindle, I'm looking into stuff like that, CoinOps. Smab, is it Pixelcade CoinOps? There's a couple things that come want to do CoinOps here. Can you, oh, is this the emulator? An emulator. Would you be able to send me a link of what exactly you're referring to, and I'll bookmark it? Is it this? Pixelcade for CoinOps? Oh, CoinOps. What is CoinOps? Download CoinOps next. Is it this one here? The original Xbox Super Retro Gaming front end. Oh, cool. I'll take a look at that. I'm gonna bookmark this at least for now, so don't forget. Okay, all right. But yeah, super exciting stuff to do. Don't get it from the arcade punks though. Okay, I'm gonna look into it. I'll have to do a little bit more. Folks, we gotta focus. Focus. I just get so excited. I get so excited about all the stuff going on here. Let's come back. So excited. Focus. We got to parse in our input. I'm gonna build out so here's a question. Should I use regular expressions? Because I was talking about doing it. Hang on. Are those yeah, they are. These are bone conduction headphones. These are shocks. Let's just distract Captain. These are shocks. Bone conduction. There's no speaker. Like a traditional speaker, they vibrate. You put them on your head, and they don't block your ear holes. I can't stand having earbuds in, and I can't stand over the head like earphones. These are just like amazing for me. The sound quality is pretty. I notice very little sound degradation when I'm listening to music. If I really want to listen, yeah, I can really get in there. Pull out all that wax, wiping on my pant leg. Exactly. I can really get in there. I love them. They're fantastic. If anyone's interested, I do have an affiliate link for shocks. I do have an affiliate link for shocks. If anyone's looking to get them, I'd be happy. I've been promoting them for like a year. I have wax in my name. Yeah, that's right. Coaxed. Wax has no power over you. It's true. All right, let's read this in. We're gonna do string lines file dot read all lines, and we'll do args 0 like this. We need to go through each of the lines. So the question is, do I really want to, I was talking about doing regular expressions. Part of me thinks like regular expression is just not the way to go on this one. Sorry, I'm on my face cam. Regular expression feels like not the way to go. I don't know if you guys saw, I wrote this, you didn't see. I know you guys didn't see because I was zoomed out. I was on my face cam. We added this line here so I can read my input in. Yesterday, I was talking about how I need to practice doing regular expressions because I just don't do them very often. But we could do regular expression here and pull out each of the number, find each of the groups in here. But that feels silly to me. Instead, does that feel silly to me? Instead, well, if I do a regular expression, it'll actually give me like the position of the letters. Not going to spoil how I do it. Gotcha, Thindle. So I think I would just, this is me wanting to do parsers, and just read digits in, save the position, and build up a dictionary. My thought is just build up a dictionary of like numbers. So I have this idea of having a dictionary. Let's create a dumb type here. Record, struct, position, int row, int column, like this. And then we go from position to number, int. So this would be our numbers. So we have a dictionary that we can look up all of our numbers in, right? And so since we know the position of the number, we can say, okay, based on this number, how long is it? We know what position it is. And we have a dictionary position char symbol like this. So these are the two dictionaries I'm thinking, and we can use these symbols to figure out. So now this gives me a little bit of both. So I can do either direction. You know how I was talking about having it to where I can either identify the number, then look for the symbol around it, or identify the symbol and then look for the numbers around it. This sort of gives me the ability to do both things without too much difficulty. The types of methods, the types of questions I'm going to have to ask will be bool. So I could do this. I enumerable int numbers adjacent to position P. So if I have this, I could, let's return null for now. If I have this method here, numbers adjacent to, I give it a position. So I can go through all of my symbols and then say, find the numbers adjacent to it, and like add them up. Is that right? Well, I might end up with the same number twice. Let me think through this whole thing. Am I overcoming? Tani, welcome back to the stream. How are you on this beautiful Sunday? Tani, how you doing, buddy? Welcome back to the stream. It's nice to see you. I'm totally overcomplicated. Thindle, it's like, have you ever been to this stream before? Have you ever been to this stream before? Of course I'm overcomplicated. That's what I do. So I have no idea. I don't know what part 2 is either. My first thought is I could just find symbols and then scan around, find the numbers adjacent. All right. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. Grumpy, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. Folks, if you guys don't know the Grumpy Game Dev. Grumpy, and this is gonna give us the wrong shout out, but Grumpy Game Dev, incredible developer, incredible game dev. We're not doing it this month, but we often do some collab streams. But Grumpy, thank you for the raid. What were you up to, my friend? It was nice seeing you breaking some rocks earlier this morning, but it's nice to have you here. He also has Mo. Let's do this. Let's read in position to care. Position to care. Like this. You did lots of rock murder and rocks. Murder. All right. So let's parse in this grid here. Just so we have it. Equals new. I could do this as an array. For some reason, I like this better. Coding Chemist, how's AOC Day 3 going? We're currently working on part 2. I haven't really started. I'm still coming up with a plan. My plan is to, so I either want to identify all the numbers and then look for symbols around it, or to identify all the symbols and look for numbers around the symbol. Yeah, so that's sort of my plan here. So my initial idea was to have two dictionaries, one that contains the position of each number and one that contains the position of each symbol. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to build up this grid here in this way. So I think I'm going to parse it in. I'm going to build these things up, and then I feel like this gives me some flexibility to have these two things available. And then we need to go ahead and find all the numbers that are adjacent. Then I can actually go through each number and do this thing that I want to. I can scan around and say what numbers are in there. Let's say that it took me an hour for part 1 and part 2 took me half an hour, but I'm also trying to lunch. Enjoying your lunch. Good. Coding Chemist, how the heck have you been? Are you how did your day 1 and 2 go? And Coding Chemist, are you on our leaderboard? Just if you can say no. You don't have to be on our leaderboard, just curious. Okay. So I'm gonna just parse this in here. I think this is gonna be a useful thing for me to have these two. And I could be wrong. But this is what my brain wants me to do right now. Look, I'm gonna follow my heart. So let's loop through all of these lines. We're gonna say for int row equals 0, row less than lines dot length, row plus, and then for int column equals 0. 1 second here. The line we're on, string line equal lines of row. For each column less than line dot length, line plus row column plus. All right, so we're gonna go through all the rows and columns. We're gonna build up these dictionaries like this. Day 1 was horrible. Day 2 was so much better. I'm not on the leader, but can join. Is there a command? Yeah, it's in the what. We also have it on the Discord. But there's just you use this number. This is sort of the leaderboard code. You're welcome to join the leaderboard. We'd love to have you aboard. the leaderboard. Let me pin that. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So let's. if we basically want to say, okay, pull out the character ch equals, and then this is going to be our symbol at line of column like this. And we need to say, okay, if it is a digit, all right, so if ch dot is a char dot is digit ch, we need to like find the rest of that number. So we want to go ahead and pull out all the symbols for that number. So there's, I am overcomplicating it, but that's okay. That's okay. If I did a regular expression, I bet this would be simpler. If I did a regular expression, I could just say, pull out all the numbers in the string, give them back. But we're gonna do it the hard way. We're gonna do it the hard way here. We're a digit, we're just gonna look until we find the end digit here. So we're gonna say for int column. I want to do like column. Hang on, let me think here. I want to keep going and pulling each one out as we go and getting a string here. So I'm gonna do a little bit of. Can I do a string builder here? String builder B number. Create a string builder, and then we're gonna say while ch line of column is a digit, char is digit. While it is a digit, we're gonna do number dot append line of column. So this is gonna pull out the numbers here, and then we're gonna do column plus plus. And we wanna make sure that we're not beyond the end. So column is less than line dot length. And so this will actually pull out this. So when we get to the end of this, we will have the number in this string builder. We'll have the number in the string builder. We're updating our column though as we go. I need to like make note of it. This is really bad. This is really bad, but we're doing this for now. Int row int rc equals row column. Don't worry, I'm gonna refactor this. This is terrible here. I'm just logically I'm live logically my way through it. So feel free to yell at me here. I'm not doing a great job. But I want to add this number. When we get to the end of this while loop, the idea is that we have our number in here. Our number's been, all of the digits have been pulled out. And so we are going to do numbers dot add the I can just make a position here. This will be position p equals new position here. We're gonna add in our numbers, we're gonna say position is gonna be equal to our int dot parse number dot toString. So I believe this will get all of the numbers out and we'll have their positions here. So we're gonna build out our numbers dictionary. So we know where all of our numbers are inside of our grid. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. Let's write, this is where writing a test would be good. Let's go through and I'm gonna print out all of the entries just to make sure this makes sense to me here with our sample input. Let me make this bigger here. On our sample input, let me loop through. So we're gonna do numbers dot select. To select work on this, is it key value? Console dot write line. Oh, I can't do a write line here, can I? Is there, I want to do, all right, we'll just do a simple for each position p int num in numbers console dot write line, and then we'll just say p and put out the position and the number here. So we'll just a sanity check real quick. .NET run. Make sure I get all my numbers out of this properly. Oh, I got to tell it sample input. Okay, let's just do a sanity check here. 0, 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Row 2, column 235, 633. Do we get, all right, so one thing I should double check is I got the left edge. We've got the bottom case. I want to make sure that if a number is going all the way to the edge, it works. Should really write a unit test. That would be the sane thing to do, to like really make sure. Let's do another test txt here. I want to make sure that if I have a number going all the way to the edge, it gets it. So I want to make sure each one of these all the way to the edge on the right side. I have one on the top, bottom, and left, but not all the way to the right. So let's just double check that. A quick little sanity check here. And I'm not really, you know, honestly, I could probably text. I called it text.txt. My fingers have betrayed. Does anyone else's fingers betray them sometimes? All right, so I think we're pulling out these just fine. We can also do a thing here where we also check the column plus is going to happen twice here on the last one, so it's possible we miss a symbol. So at the very end here, I'm going to do a thing that says if ch is not, does this work for, if we're not a dot, then we're going to add it as a symbol. We're going to add it as a symbol. Position, pause, equals new position, row, column. And then we just add that to our symbol of position is equal to ch here is not quite right. We got to pull out. So yeah. So this isn't quite right. I'm going to just look, I'm not going for super efficiency here. Let's do a dictionary position and build numbers. This is going to build up our numbers dictionary for us. And then at the end, we're just going to return numbers. If I want to optimize this, I can combine it into one loop, but this is going to be just easier for me to not have to deal with both at the same times. Build numbers needs to build numbers, use of unassigned local variable lines. Variable captured lines. Is it telling me I need to put this above? There we go. That makes sense, I think. And then let's do another one that's build symbols. Build symbols. And in this one, it's basically saying if it's a digit or char dot, or ch is equal to a dot, we skip it. Doyle. Thank you for the doy, Lance. So nice to see you, my friend. Welcome back to the stream. So if it's a digit or it's a dot, we don't include it. Oops. Otherwise, we do the symbol dot add, symbol not dot add of position, new position. Row column is going to be equal to ch here. Equals, I don't know why I keep doing it that way. I've done that twice, which is surprising and interesting to me. Yeah, no worries, my friend Lance. You're never required to be here. I appreciate you being here today, though. We appreciate you very much. Yo Turbo. Yo Turbo. I'd like to welcome you to the stream. Today we got Yo Turbo. What an excellent name. Well, you're here now, and I'd welcome you. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the crew. We got Yo Turbo with us today, my friends. Yo Turbo, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate you being here, my friend. All right, so we'll do a char here. Symbols. Call this symbols. Then we're going to return symbols at the end. And we'll say symbols is equal to build symbols. Like this, build symbols. This should return a char. There we go. And just to sanity check, we're going to make sure our symbols here comes out at the end. Put this up here. Build symbols. Right line P num. Let's go with P. These are our, let's go with care now symbol. In symbols. We'll print out our symbol. Just so we can make sure our brains, we pull out all the symbols in the right spots here. So just sanity check 1, 3. This one looks correct. This one is 3, 6 looks correct. 4, 3. 4, 3, that looks wrong. 4, row 4. Oh no, that's right. This 5 was throwing me off. 4, 3, because this is index. This isn't indexed by 0. This is line 5. Yeah, that'd be 4. The plus sign here looks correct. All right, let's add a symbol here down in the bottom right. Let's go with a semicolon in the bottom right. Let's try the top left. There and there. We're gonna try each of the symbols here. Hash, just to make sure that we get the edges and corner cases together here. You had an annoying, oh, I didn't mean, I messed up my sample input. Hang on, this shouldn't be in the sample input. The thing I was modifying here. Yeah, that's the tricky part, Snabble, is when you end up with an annoying bug. They're gonna get you. Them bugs will get you sometimes. And this is where, like, I should probably write some tests. If I wrote tests, I'd be less likely to have some bugs. Maybe. All right, make sure I got my extra ones 0, 9. Yep. 9, 9, 9, 0. My edge cases work. Okay, so I have my inputs parsing here, but not the actual. I know that's the worst. That's the worst when the test data works and yours, and you're like, oh no, what the heck? What the H did I do wrong here? This one has a lot of edge cases, so that's why I'm kind of putting these in here to test out, make sure I'm getting those as well. Okay, so I have my input in a format I think is usable. I have numbers and I have symbols. So I have the position of my numbers, I have my position of the symbols. If I go to, so for the first input, I know someone was saying I shouldn't do it this way, but for the first input here, they were suggesting I do it a different way. The gut tells me I want to go to each number. I want to go to each number and just say, is there a symbol adjacent to you? So I want to loop around the outside and say, is there a symbol next to it? If there is, add it. It's a valid one. So I want to write a filter, has symbol adjacent, has adjacent symbol. So that's what I'm going to do for this first one. It sounds like for the second part, which I haven't seen yet, it's going to be nice to be able to do something with the symbols themselves here. Suzuka 2023. Suzuka, welcome aboard. I want to welcome Suzuka 2023, my friend. Suzuka, welcome to the stream, my friend. Thank you so much for the follow. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome aboard. Doing day 3 today. It's true. Corpless, I am doing day 3 today. It's going well so far. We have our inputs being parsed. I believe we have our inputs being parsed. Cube Conundrum, I think didn't I fix it? Someone pointed out that I had the wrong day there. I didn't look. All right, Corfless, thank you for letting me know here. Let's fix this. Day 3 gear ratios. We are on day 3. I'm just bad at streaming. Folks, if you guys didn't know, I'm terrible at streaming. There we go. We fixed it. Points. Add Corfless 500 points. Thank you for correction. All right. Can we do add Whimsical Maid? Can we not add points? I don't know why your name is so fancy. I can't add points to you. I used F#, resisted the urge to write tail recursion ride on for loops, immutable data. I guess you're all proud of my restraint. I would have just done the tail recursion. What's wrong? I love me a good tail recursion. Tail recursive calls, good stuff, man. That coffee's good. Alexito the Burrito over on YouTube. So sorry I missed your chat. I'm happy to have you here, my friend. Happy Sunday. And welcome aboard. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Sorry I missed your chat message. Probably takes a day before new users are added. So it should add them every 9 minutes. I think there's something about that name that my bot doesn't look like. Whimsical. I don't know what it is. It's very, very peculiar. I don't know. The only thing I can think is if they were banned, but they wouldn't be able to chant. Anyway, I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it sometime. If you write a function intended for tail recursion that isn't tail recursion, God, is there an annotation you put on the function to specify? Okay, so I have my inputs here in a format I want. I'm just gonna go through every number. And so I'm gonna write a function here. I'm gonna write a function that says is adjacent to symbol. So bool is adjacent to symbol. Is adjacent to symbol. And we're gonna take in a position. I guess I could just look. Let me not get too fancy here. We're gonna come in here and say int get adjacent numbers. Okay, and I'm just gonna loop through all of my numbers, and for each of the positions in that number, check if it is next to a symbol that's in here. I think that's all I really have to do. Yeah, whimsically made. I'm not sure what's going on with your account on my bot. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna have to look into that. You're the first person that I've seen have that issue, so I apologize that I can't track your points properly. I'm not an affiliate, so it's not like official Twitch channel points. I have like bot points that I use. I'm gonna write it. I'm making a note for myself right here. Whimsically made. No point. Question mark. I don't know what's going on with it, so I'm so sorry, whimsically made. It's that, look, I have no power to give you anything except for channel points, and they're like fake channel points. Who doesn't want their number to go up? Who doesn't want their number go up? That's what we do here. All right. Really, what I want to do is I want to say for each. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a thing here. You can turn an I enumerable of position. Get number positions. So this is me breaking it down into tiny steps. We're gonna get the number. So given a position pause. It's gonna go in here. We're gonna give it a position. It's gonna look at this number. So int number. So really I want to turn it into int. I need the length of this number, int num length. I don't actually care what the number is. Well, I guess I kind of do. Is going to be first off, if numbers dot contains key position. If it doesn't contain the key position, we just return yield. How do I return an empty enumerable? I guess I could just do new list. Can I return an empty array? New position array 0. There we go. Empty array here. I'm only curious about what the problem is. The points don't matter. I'm like so confused. I don't understand. My bot doesn't like your, hang on, it said you claimed 167 points. Let's see if that added you to the system. Whimsically, you're not, look, it's like your name isn't getting added to the viewers. It's blowing my mind. Whimsically isn't here. If we look up Moonniz is here. Moonniz has 149,000 points. Holy cannoli. That's a lot of points. Ascertainment is here. So view time. We got brand new people here viewing as well. So sorry if I'm calling you guys out here, but there are people who have just barely been viewed. Let's join date. people who have been here just today who have 0 points, but they were identified in the chat. So the bot should identify you in the chat and add you in. There's something about your name. Ascertainment, welcome back to the stream, my friend. It's so nice to have you. And Moonniz, welcome aboard. Moonniz, do you start your job tomorrow? Your new job? Very exciting stuff. I've been meaning to ask you if you're excited about starting. I think you start tomorrow, or you might have already started. I think you start tomorrow though. It's true. Moonniz is cool. Incredible streamer. Go check out Moonniz. Oh wait, that's right. All right. So if our numbers doesn't have this next, so in a week. Okay, I was close. That wasn't intended. That's okay. Look, I'll do it. Moonniz here, folks. Incredible game developer, Unity streamer. Metroid hasn't streamed in a while, I don't think, or I've missed your streams. Moonniz, are you getting back into streaming? I know I saw you stream a few times, but yeah, Moonniz has taught me everything I know about Unity. I started doing Unity for about a year now, last January, and Moonniz was there to help me along the way, teaching me everything I know about game dev. Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, awesome. Glad to hear it. Okay. So we have no positions if the number's there. Otherwise, let's do the stretch gun. That makes sense. Okay. We need to get the length of this number. Int length of number is going to be numbers of position dot toString dot length. So this is the number of columns we need to check here. And then I can return enumerable dot range. And we're going to start at position dot column. And we want to go to, is the last number included? Initial sequence. Oh, it's the count. It counts. So then we'll do length of number. So it's going to go from this column to the length of the number. And then we just need to transform it to be a new position of position.row, comma. This will be column here. Call. Like that. So this should get us the number of positions here. So we're going to get all of the positions back. So given a position, it'll tell us all of the positions of the numbers nearby. And then what I want to do is say is adjacent to symbol. So bool is adjacent to symbol, position pause. And this here, we're going to go and we're just going to look at all the positions next to this position and see if there's a symbol in one of them. We're making good progress so far. Kawak says, so far as deobfuscation vector at line 6,200 out of 26,000 lines all in one file. That sounds awful. But you're deobfuscating, so obfuscation, well, that'll do it. That'll happen. Of course, says, when I'm taking a break from programming, I watch people program like the captain. Yeah, thank you for coming in and hanging out. I'm glad. Yeah, Moonniz. I hope you get to relax. I hope you finally get to relax here. Clay West. Hang on. I got one. Clay West. Thank you so much for following. Why can't I think of any songs anymore? I'm out of practice. My singing's out of practice. Clay West. Thank you. We got Clay West here. Following Captain Coder, Clay West, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for the follow, Clay West. I appreciate you being here, my friend. Happy Sunday. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Welcome to the stream. I'm sorry that song was not as good as some of the other ones. I am known as obfuscation. I am known as an obfuscation engine at work. That's hilarious. I love that. Okay. So given a position, we're just going to loop through all of the adjacent positions. I guess I don't have to be efficient here. But like my brain is wanting to do something here where I say, okay, I'm going to do a position array to check like this is just going to be all of the adjacent positions. So it's going to be new position. Like I kind of want to be able to, so the fact position dot row -1 comma position dot column -1. I just want to do a grid here like this. And then can I do can I not do a select on this? New position array of 8 dot select. Oh, this is gonna be like a int dot select why am I making this so hard? Why am I making this so hard? This is insane to me. Int r int c. Why am I making this so hard? Why am I making this so hard? All right. I don't know why I'm making it so hard, but it's fun. It's fun to make things impossibly hard. All right, so we'll just do this. New position. The syntax is just like too much for me. I'm hating the syntax of this column here. This will be +1. Let's just do it real quick. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, folks. These are all gonna be in this row. We're gonna skip the middle one. We're not gonna check the position itself. So we're checking adjacent positions like this. And then this row here stays the same. And then this column will be +1. And then the last one here, these are all the positions we want to check. The row is just one above it. One above, one above, one above. We get rid of this comma here. Okay, so to explain what I'm doing here, yeah, thank you so much, Clay West. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, that comma got me. Clay West, thank you for correcting me there. Clay West, 50. Oh, the wrong person. Clayman Dev bonus points for you. That tab autocomplete got me. 50 points. Thank you so much for helping out. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. So we have the 2 check here, and we're just gonna go through. This is fine. We're gonna say for each position P position into check, we're gonna say if and I'm doing this without link. This is me like trying to be as straightforward as possible, and then as straightforward as possible. Then I do stuff like this. Symbols dot, all we gotta do is say symbols dot contains. If it contains this position, we return true. We stop short and we return true. So we go through and say find all the positions here, and then finally, if we make it to the end, we return false. So given a position, we can check to see if there's a symbol next to us. Given a position, we can see if there's a symbol next to us here. So that's what is adjacent to symbol should do. Hopefully I got it right. This is where tests would be good. I should write some tests just to verify, or at least do some sanity checks on it. But is adjacent to symbol here. We're gonna stop the method early. Let me change it. Stop early. I think we have everything we need. So we're gonna get all the positions of a number, check if it is. These are enumerables, so this shouldn't be. It shouldn't generate all of them initially. Okay, so now we can do part. We have everything we need to do part 1. I believe we have everything we need to do part 1. So I'm gonna do avoid part 1, and then we'll just call part 1 here. So part 1. We're gonna take all of our numbers. We're gonna say for each position P position, and int number in. I guess I could write a thing saying whether or not we should keep a number, which this is essentially what we're doing in numbers. All right, so we're gonna loop through all of our numbers. Int sum is 0. We'll start the sum at 0, and I could save all the numbers that we want. That would be one way to do it, and then add them all up at the end. But I'm just going to do this. I'm going to say give for each number I enumerable of position num positions is going to be equal to get number positions position. So this will tell us all of the positions that this number contains. So this is going to be, so for example, for 467, it's going to be 00, 01, 02. Seinfeld is 30 years old. Oh my goodness, that blows my mind, kind of. It kind of blows my mind that Seinfeld is 30 years old. So we have all these positions now, and now we just want to say if is adjacent to symbol. Oh, we need to go through each one of these positions for each position P in num position. This is terrible, by the way. I don't like position here and position here. We're looping through all of these. Can I do? All right, what I can do is that num position dot any is adjacent to symbol. So this is going to find if any of them are adjacent to the symbol, and I can say if any of them are adjacent to the symbol, sum plus equals number, like this. Okay. If any of the positions of this number, so we know where this number is. If any of the positions are adjacent, we just increase our sum, and then we should be able to do console.writeLine part 1. I think this is what the program is asking. Let's run it on our test input here. I go through every number. I find the positions adjacent to the number. This is lazy, so as soon as we find one, it should stop. Say if any of the positions, so as soon as it finds one position that is adjacent, it stops. All right, let's try it. .NET sample input. All right, this is moment of truth. Moment of truth. Come on, no bugs. No 4361, that looks too high. I think that number is wrong. 4361, okay. The sample input we got. Let's get our puzzle input now. Get our puzzle input now. And then we'll be wrecked when we get the second part. We'll probably get wrecked as soon as we have the second part. All right, big, it's not giant though. Not too big. Bugs detected, oh no. Why are you guys doing this to me? Why are you guys doing this to me? Use variable names like XYZ. That way you always confuse yourself. It's true. That's how you obfuscate your code, perfectly obfuscated. All right. Let's try this input here. Why can't I find my web browser? There we go. Yes, we did it. 1 gold star, 1 gold star. We have 1 gold star. We done did it. Mr. Yosuko, you are here to see that one new star, my friend. Mr. Yosoku. Mr. Yosuko, my friend. I'd like to welcome you today. Hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. Yosuko, Mr. Yosuko, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If incorrectly, feel free to correct me, but it's nice to see you, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for the star, Smap. Thank you for the star, Corpless. Captain Coder, twice as good a coder as I am confirmed. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's true at all. Snabble, you've taught me so much. You've taught me so much. All right, part 2, the engineer. Hang on, let me get my the engineering find. The engineer finds the missing part and installs it in the engine. As the engine springs to life, you jump in the closest gondola, finally ready to ascend to the water source. You don't seem to be going very fast though. Maybe something is still wrong? Question mark. Fortunately, the gondola has a phone labeled help, so you pick it up and the engineer answers. Before you can explain the situation, she suggests that you look at the window, out the window. There stands the engineer holding a phone in one hand and waving with the other. You're going so slow that you haven't left the station. You exit the gondola. The missing part wasn't the only issue. One of the gears in the engine is wrong. A gear is any star symbol that is adjacent to exactly two part numbers. It's exactly, hang on. A gear is any symbol, any asterisk that's adjacent to exactly 2 part numbers. Its gear ratio is the result of multiplying those numbers together. Okay, so if you have an asterisk that has 2 numbers adjacent to it, that is considered a gear. So we need to pull out all of the stars that have exactly 2 numbers next to it. Okay. This time you need to find the gear ratio of every gear and add them all up so that the engineer can figure out which gear needs to be replaced. Consider the same engine schematic. In this schematic, there are 2 gears. Okay, there's 2, 4, 6, 7, and 3, 5. 6, 17 isn't one because there's not 2. 7, 5, 5, and 5, 9, 8 because they have this. Okay. The first is the one in the top left. It has 2 parts, 4, 6, 7, and 3, 5. So its gear ratio is this. So we multiply it together. The second gear is the lower right. The star adjacent to 617 is not a gear because adding up all of those ratios. Hang on. So it has to be exactly 2, right? Exactly 2 is exact. So if we have one that has 3, it doesn't count as well. We get good. Wait, get push solutions available. So yeah, so far we got day 1 and day 2 up. We're working on day 3. So we'll get day 3 up when we're done here. Water's good. Water's tasty. Okay. So, I see why there was a suggestion that I should go with the symbol. So now I have the position of the symbols. There's something interesting here. Is there an edge case? I'm thinking about what are the different cases I could have. If there are 3 numbers, it doesn't count. So I want to go to my star and I want to look at the adjacent cells for digits. The adjacent cells for digits. There is an interesting edge case. There's an interesting edge case where I have a number that goes all the way across the top. I need to determine, given a position, which number is it? So here's my thought is like, it'd be really cool if I had a function, that says, this is, wouldn't it be cool if IEnumerable of int get adjacent numbers? Really, this is the function I need. So given a position, pause. Oh, there's one thing I can't forget. Build symbols needs to be different for part 1 or part 2. Because the symbols are different in part 1 than part 2. So before I forget that, let me fix that. Return null. Symbols here. I'm gonna symbols needs to be different for each one of these parts. Let me rename this build symbols part 1. And we're gonna move this into part 1. We build the symbols like this. And part 2, we need to build the symbols slightly differently. Void part 2, build symbols part 2. So we're gonna add this there. Part 2, the symbols, we only care about the asterisks. Okay. So part 2, we're gonna say if the char is an asterisk, we keep it, otherwise we do nothing. So this will get us our symbols for part 2. I almost forgot to do this. This would have been horrific. Probably really hard to debug if I didn't get this part right. So we pull out the parts, these symbols for part 2. We have just the asterisks now. Get adjacent numbers to position. So there are cases here for if we're along the top and along the bottom, we just need to make sure that so the case that I want to keep in mind are these cases where I have a number in the top left, top right, bottom left, bottom right, because diagonals count, and then a number that goes all the way across the top is a case I need to be sure. Left and right is easy, so I can say if there's a digit on the left, I have a number on the left. If there's a digit on the right, I have a number on the right. I almost want to assign my numbers like an ID. So I'm wondering if I can change when I parse this thing in. I'm wondering if I can have so I have a position, but it's gonna, instead of going to an int, I want to go to like a number information data type. Build number data. I'm thinking like, what information do I really need here for a number? Given a position, can I get a number data back? And so what I would want to do is every position is going to have the same number data. So let me make one of these: record struct number data. It's going to have the int number, and then it's going to have a set of positions, that it contains. A set or a list. I think a set makes sense. Set, a hash set. Let's go with hash set of position. So it's the positions that this number positions. Ooh, this isn't going to work well because I can't put a hash set here and have it be something that I can check equality for easily. Number and start position. Hang on, let me think here. What I want to be able to do is build up. I think I can actually just have this be top left position. So it has the number itself, and then it has the position pause there. Clay West, I probably will come back and comment what each function does. I'm sort of scoozy. I need to make a call. Take care, Corfless. Feel free to come back if you need to, but thank you for the lurk. Yeah, so I mean, I could come back. I probably want to come in here and document what each of the methods do. I'm still not sure I have a working solution yet, though. Absolutely, Clay West. My number data here, the idea I have is I want something that I could just add to a set. Given this is like the top left position, when I'm building these up, I want to, you're making a really good point. Let me do build number data here. It's going to be very similar to this. Build number data. But this is going to have a number data instead. And we actually want to, when we identify this number, we want to put it in all of these positions in my new dictionary. So every position that this number exists, I basically want to add that number in. So I can basically, I can come in and I can pull all these things out. But I want these two things to be equal. So they're all going to be the same number data going in. I can construct them all separately. It's kind of, I don't know if hacky is quite the right word, but I'm working my thought process through it of what I want to do. So I'm not ready to comment yet, but you're absolutely right. I need to comment in here, at least a little bit of documentation trying to explain what my thought process is on these. I think that's a fair thing to say. James Webb, what a great name. Like the telescope? Are you related to the telescope? James Webb, welcome to the stream, my friend, today. James Webb, are you like the telescope? James Webb, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to comment-driven development. Menaliki, welcome back to the stream as well. Nice to have you here on this beautiful day. Hope you're having a beautiful day. So I get my number out here, but I want to, as I'm going, have all of these positions with my number data being added. And so I'm just going to track each of the positions here. How many different positions, how many different numbers can be next to a star for it to work? For it to work, there needs to be exactly 2 to count it. So there needs to be exactly 2 to count it. So this star here counts. This one doesn't count because there's only one. If you had 3 next to a star, it also wouldn't count. Clay, I think it's especially important to find a solution to keep track of which turns were taken. I think so. So in my opinion, Clay West, I think comments in this particular problem, it would be okay to do it because it's not like a piece of engineering. Adding in comments is adding in overhead that you also have to revise and rework and keep track of. My personal opinion on comments, so comments versus documentation, is I think we should have documentation on anything that's public. So if this is something that other people are going to use, the documentation is good. Comments, in my mind, are like things that you maybe write down and talk through and be, so it's something that you have to, so if I change my mind later, now I have to remember, okay, I got to go delete that comment. Otherwise I could come back and confuse myself with it. Yeah. So I'm thinking through the problem right now. I'm not sure what comments I'd make. Snabble, yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's exactly right. That's pretty much what I tell my students. You have to comment anything that's public. This actually forces them to use encapsulation well, because sometimes you actually have to have things that are public that can be used somewhere else, or I give you an interface that has public methods. So that's pretty much what I tell my students. Anything public has to be commented. Anything that can be accessed by someone else has to be commented. So private internal things don't count in C#. If you do protected, they never do protected because it's almost, I don't think we have any project where we have to do protected things. But anything public, they have to comment. In my classes, you would get a pass. That said, there are things that have to be public. They have to be accessible for my test scripts to be able to run against them. They have to be able to access things that are public. Okay. So this one bit is feeling a little bit hacky here. This one bit's going to feel a little bit hacky. Because I pull this number out. Int number, number builder. I'm going to rename this one number builder. The actual numbers here, I need to keep all of the positions. All the positions here. So I'm going through, I have the number, I'm pulling out. What's interesting, okay, this needs to be this. Pull the number out. I need to store every position as I go or track them all. This feels a little hacky here. Right here, what I'm about to do feels a little bit hacky. Positions equals new hash set position. This part feels, I'm not happy with this positions.add pause. I'm not happy with this, but the reason I need it right now is I want to be able to say for each position, p in positions. At the end, I want to add all these to my numbers. Positions is equal to a new number data, and my initial, I need to track my initial position. Initial position. Right here, I can finally make my position data, my number data, new number data, name of, this should be new. Number, comma, initial position. So in each of the positions, I want to be able to add in my data here. So this feels a little bit weird. Line 144. Oh, sorry, I think some line change here. Number builder.toString. Here, it's a string builder. Number builder is a string builder. What this is doing is I'm looping through the grid. Let's look here. So just so I can explain what's going on here, I'm looping through this grid. And when I encounter a digit, I need to, I basically keep going until I find the last digit. So I keep going until I find the last digit, and I'm building up the string here as I go. And then at the end of the day, when I've exited this while loop, my string builder has all of the digits, and I say turn that whole builder into a string and then parse it into a number. Yeah. So that's what it's doing there in that regard. I could have done this a little bit better, I believe, using a regular expression or something that pulled out these numbers like as we went. I'm not 100% sure I like this solution that much, but this is what I ended up doing. This feels a bit messy to me right now. But I think this will work okay. So the idea is this identifies, you can think of string builder as an immutable string. It's like, you can think of it as a list of characters, but specifically for being optimized for doing strings. Tuber, yeah, we are winning, Tuber. Welcome back to the stream. Happy to have you here. We do need more link. I'm a little, I think I'm gonna need to refactor this a bit because I'm not happy with my solution here. I think it's gonna work, but we're pulling this number out here. And then basically what we've done is every position that it touches, we just say, okay, well, that position happens to be this specific number. So we have this thing here. And the reason I want to do this is it's going to make get adjacent numbers really easy. The idea is it's going to make get adjacent numbers really easy. Given a position, we can just check this here. We can check this here. And we can, so this is all of the positions adjacent. Given a position, we can now look at all of the adjacent positions here. Maxwell, a multi-dimensional array would probably be simpler. Maxwell, if you stay here long, you'll see I often end up going down a path that's maybe a little bit too over-engineered. You can think of this dictionary kind of as a two-dimensional array that's sparse. It's a two-dimensional array that's sparse. A 2D grid would be fine. This stores additional information. So it says, given a position, what number is there? So I don't have to say, go to that position, then find the number. Are all puzzles a bundle of input text? I look at the first day of puzzle, it didn't interest me. Yes, every puzzle just comes with an input text and then you put output. It doesn't tell you what language to use or anything like that. A two-dimensional array would be completely fine. The dictionary, all I've done here is made it so that way I can index by a row and a column and get back the information that I want. So this dictionary here, you can think of it as a two-dimensional array. I give it a position, I give it a row and a column, and it tells me at that row and column, what number is there? What is the number that's there? Multi-dimensional array would be fine. I just feel like if I did a multi-dimensional array, I'd have to gather, every time I access them, I'd have to gather additional information. So this is sort of my way of saying, well, not every position is important to me. Instead, given a position, I can just pull it out. So a dictionary is like an array that you don't have to specify everything, and you have indexes. In this case, a position is a row and a column. I can index by that. Gas Oil Graphics and GFX. Gas Oil Graphics, what a cool name. Have you met Gas Oil? They have followed me today. Gas Oil GFX. I love you. Ooh, ooh. Thank you for following. Thank you so much for the follow. Happy to have you here on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday, my friend. Hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay. Maxwell, I hope that made some sense. But the idea here is I want to make it as easy as possible for me, my brain, to handle this simple check here. So I have all my positions I want to check, and I can do toCheck dot for each of these symbols. I can now just say, I can just pull out, is that right? Let me do a for each loop. I actually don't think I can do it quite the way I want. I could do an aggregate. It needs to be an aggregate. I'm going to pull out all of my numbers. Hash set of number data, like this, data, like that. What's the puzzle for this text? What's the puzzle for this text? Tuber Tugger, great question. So I have input that looks like this. This input's crazy. Let's look at the sample input. So I have an input that is a two-dimensional grid that has numbers inside the grid and symbols. Think of the dots as just blank spaces. The first part was to identify all of the numbers that were adjacent to any symbol that wasn't a dot. The second puzzle is to identify asterisks that have a number adjacent, exactly two numbers adjacent to it. Okay, so that's what we're doing on this one. So I'm getting all of the adjacent numbers here. And I'm gonna say, since I have this, I created this data type to make it easy to detect. And I say for each position, P in my to check, I'll rename this, I want this to be a lowercase t. I loop through, I go to all my positions that I want to check, and all I'm going to do is do if that position is inside. Let's do a try get here on number data dot try get value. We're going to pass in our position here, and we're going to say out number data if data set, we'll call this data set. So I go through and I say, if this data is here, this is going to say that my number data, there in this position, there is a number, and I'm going to say data set dot add data. The cool thing about a set is it won't let me add the same number data twice. It won't let me add the same number data twice. It will only let me add the one twice. So even if it's in two of these positions, this is the case here. The case here where if I had a number that was across the top, this is in three of the adjacent positions, right? Because I'm using a set, it will only add this number once. That is the whole reason I did this thing. Because if you don't do that, I don't understand how you check the lines above and below the current. Yeah. So I'm constructing into my own data structure to do it. So I have built a dictionary here. So Maxwell, I've built a dictionary here that I can quickly look up the numbers in here. So given a, so let's look at part one. Let's look at part one here. Build numbers gives me the ability to do the following. If I were to type in 0, 0, position 0, 0 will give me back 4, 6, 7. So I have a mapping. It's like having a two-dimensional array, but when I give it 0, 0, it just gives me back 4, 6, 7. If I type in position here, this would be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Row 0, column 5, this gives me back 1, 1, 4, 6. So it's like having a multi-dimensional array, but when I index into it, I get the whole number back rather than just a character. So I've already looped through ahead of time. Yeah, so I did that because it's easier for me to think about. Now I can go to my numbers and then say, okay, well, this number's in this spot. Let's search around it for a symbol. The number data one here is a little bit more complex in that 0, 0 goes to 4, 6, 7. 0, 1 also goes to 4, 6, 7, and 0, 2 also goes to 4, 6, 7. So all of these go to this same number. So I have a reference to this number. So all these positions go to the same thing. This allows me here, when I get adjacent numbers, to just say, look at all of the neighboring spaces, get all of the unique numbers and return those, because this number knows, even though this number might be in multiple positions, that was this one here, 598, even though it's in two adjacent positions to this asterisk, it will only get added to the set once. It'll only get added to the set once. And now I can actually return, what if 4, 6, 7 is both above and below? They're separate. Yeah, it's beautiful. Nanivrak, excellent question. If we have, let's go to my sample input here. Let's imagine we have 598 above and below. You're saying, well, what if will it get both? I've constructed it in a way that yes, it will get both, because my number data has a number and then the initial top left position. So these positions, this 5 here is actually in a different position than this one here. So it actually takes account for that. That's why I put the position in my number data. So it gets me the actual number and the position. So they're only equivalent if the number and the position of the leftmost digit match. So yes, the answer, I did account for that. Good question. Yeah. So when I construct this, it's a little I think this is pretty sloppy and gross. When I construct it here, I create a single number data, and then I put it in all of the positions it touches in my dictionary. Okay. Hope that answered your question. Are we going to bring back Showcase Saturday in the new year? Yes, starting in January, we'll start doing showcases again. This month is just going to be a crazy month for me, but we'll be doing Showcase Saturday once again starting next week. Does the question command still work? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Folks, if I'm ever in the middle of something, feel free to use the question command. Usually it's not that big of a deal because we don't have too many people chatting at the same time. So when the chat starts going crazy, I lose track of things. So feel free to use the question command if you have questions. All right, so we loop through, we get all these numbers, and then I'm just going to return dataset dot dataset. Can I just return datasets? Not dot select data goes to data dot number. So now get adjacent numbers will return an enumerable that just has the numbers that are adjacent to this. Awesome. So I think part two, I should be able to do this. So I have all of my symbols. I have all my asterisks. I decided I'm just gonna keep going. I know I normally do 90 minutes, but I feel like we're getting close. If we don't finish, when I finish up, I'm probably gonna wrap up for the day. I might switch to something else. But gee, thank you for the reminder. I am out of bean water. I still have my fresh water though. So if this takes much longer, we will take a bean water break and we'll be back at it. But not just yet. I know I normally do 90 minutes. Admin of code's kind of special, so trying to push a little bit. If we get up to 2 hours, I will stop though. To take a break, and we'll be back. All right. So what I'm going to do here is for each position P in symbols dot keys. The symbol itself isn't that important. Louis, 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 I Louis, Louis, I Louis, yes, I know I'm saying your name wrong, but I'd like to welcome you to the stream. Louis, I Louis, let me know if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Tell me it. Look, folks, I want you to feel welcome here. If I ever pronounce your name incorrectly, feel free to correct me, and I'll do my best to pronounce it the way that makes you feel comfortable, because I want you to feel comfortable. Trooper says the plan to stream this time every day during Advent. I'll watch the weekday VODs. Yeah, so for anyone who's new here, I actually started streaming because of Advent of Code 2022. I was only planning on streaming those 25 days for my students to record videos for them without having to go back and edit them, just like a thought process. So it's kind of special to me. I'm going to try and do every day. I might not get all of them this year, but I'm going to do my best. But yeah, Smab, you're coming up on your anniversary. I know you said you peaked a little bit before them. Adars HD H Tall. Adars, welcome to the stream, my friend. Happy to have you here on this beautiful day. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it incorrectly. That one's a little tough for me. Adars, is it okay if I call you Adars? If you want me to call you something else, let me know. Happy to call you, to try and call you something. Welcome aboard, my friend. Happy to have you here. It makes sense. I am not a saint. Okay. You pronounced it totally right. Excellent, Adars. Happy to have you here. Okay, so for every position here, we want to get adjacent numbers. So we'll do get adjacent numbers position like this, and var adjacent. I probably just make this a list, honestly, because I'm gonna look at it. I need to look at it a couple times. Int numbers to list here. I'm just going to turn it to a list, be lazy about it. I'm going to say if numbers dot count is 2. If it's not 2, Smab, do you know if should I do it not equal to? I'm never quite sure. I think not equal to is the correct way to do it. I think there might be an is not thing. So if it's not equal to 2, we just skip it. If it's not equal to 2, we skip it. If it's exactly 2, we have a gear. We have a gear, and we need to multiply them together and add them up, is right? The sum of all the gear ratios. Coaxed! Welcome to break mode. Welcome to break mode. Taking breaks is super good. Super good. Okay. A linter will tell you that not equal to do not equal to reduce nesting. A linter would tell you to do not equal to reduce nesting. Shaw, I don't quite understand your response there. Would tell you to do not equal to compared to checking if it is. Yeah. So I like to do this to reduce nesting like this. Yeah. Continue. I might even do this on a single line just to like be a little less. Oh, that's a lot of K's. That's a lot of K's. Painful. Absolutely. If it is equal to this, we need to multiply them together. We'll do int sum equals 0. Sum plus equals numbers 0 times numbers of 1 here. If you do more logic later, that add nesting, then you get one less indentation if you like to. I'm just not sure where you're telling me to put it. Are you saying Shaw? Let me know. This is usually what I do to reduce the nesting because it immediately. So what do you call it? You call it like checking for your exceptions first, and you skip all your sections, and then you do your logic at the end. Yeah, if I had more ifs, I'd put them later. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm doing it this way. I was asking if I should do is not 2. Is this the way that C# wants me to? I think because it's an integer, this is the correct way. Or the most appropriate way. Is not as like pattern matching. I think this is the correct way. If 1 wasn't a constant pattern, it probably wouldn't work. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, this feels correct to me. If I was doing like string compares or something, I'd probably want to do is. I'm using .NET 8, I think. .NET version, .NET 8.0.1, .NET 8. Good question. Yeah, I think it makes sense here. And then we'll do console .writeline. Oh man, I haven't run my code. I'm feeling really nervous right now. I should have. You're learning C#. Gotcha. I know there's convention. I'm not a traditional C# programmer. Let's do our sample input. See if we pass that. Part 2, 373949. Let's check. Okay. I've done this. I have a bug. GPT 10,000. You want me to do F#? You want me to do F#? All right. I have a bug. So this is where I need to. All right. It's going to be a little bit of time. So we are going to pause here. We're going to take a break. I'm going to get some more bean water. We're going to come back. We're going to stretch, take some deep breaths. We're going to stretch, take some deep breaths, and then we're going to see if we can debug this. I'm probably going to write some unit tests. To make sure all of my little logic bits are working. But I'm gonna eyeball it first, see if there's anything simple that just stands out to me. But I think writing some tests here is what we're gonna do. Before I get on the break, get spiked. Vincent dealing car. Get spiked. Vincent dealing car. Thank you for following me. Welcome to the stream. I'm so happy you're here. We're just about to get a coffee. We're gonna get ourselves some more bean water. Thank you so much for the follow. We'll be back here probably 3 minutes, folks. So hang tight, don't go anywhere. If you have a question, exclamation point question, get it in there. And I shall be back. Almost got it, Tuber Tugger. Almost got it. Let me get you. There it is.
Whoa.
Thank you for the whoa. We're going to go on a coffee break. We'll be right back, folks. Hang tight. Don't go anywhere. The captain shall return. booted. All right, everybody. Captain Coder's back. We're gonna hop back in a moment, but first we gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta get some stretching in. Look, the captain loves you, which means you should love you. And if you
in the back, pay attention.
Graham, I see you back there. I see you back there. And if you love you, you gotta take care of yourself. Look, if the captain loves you, it means you should love you. If you love you, you gotta take care of yourself. And one way we can do that is we can get some stretching in. So I'm gonna encourage you to stand on up with me. Stand on up, folks. Get on up. Stand on up. Because if you're like the captain, you're hunched over your computer all day like a coding troll, whatever type of troll you happen to be, maybe you're a cave troll. Trolls need love. Get on up with us. We're going to do some stretches. Arms up at the side, folks. Arms up at the side. And we're just going to rotate back and forth nice and slow. Oh, yeah. Oh, feels good. Feels good. Who here hasn't stretched since the last time I stretched on stream? Raise your hand. That would be me. That'd be me. I haven't stretched. That's probably not true. I probably have stretched. It's been a while. But I don't stretch every day. That's one of the things that's so good about streaming for me is it reminds me to stretch. Oh, yeah. Arms up and lean to the side. Oh. And lean back to the other side. Oh, you got to take care of yourselves. Get these stretch. Oh, yeah. Oh. Oh, that's so good. Lean it. Lean nice and hard. Get that stretch all the way across. Ooh. Ooh, that felt great. Oh, that felt great. Stretch out our forearms here. Take those palms, press them together, bring them down until you get a little bit of tension in the forearms here. If you bring it all the way down, you're still not feeling tension, sometimes you might need to just push out and away. Oh, get that nice little stretch in the forearms, helping stave off those RSIs, those repeated stress injuries. We don't want those. We don't want the repeated stress injuries. You don't want to end up like the captain with the carpal tunnel. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible. Carpal tunnel, not so fun. Oh, yeah, it feels good. That feels good. Go ahead and relax it. Bring it on out. Roll those wrists out. Oh, yeah. If you feel any pain, stop. No pain. Just a nice, gentle stretch, my friends. Just a nice, gentle stretch. Oh, it feels good. Do some shoulder rolls next. Take those shoulders, roll them up, back, and down. Let's roll them back. 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Full arms. 2, 3, 4. Roll them forward. Oh, 2, 3, 4. Add the elbows. Yeah. 2, 3, 4. Full arms. 2, 3, 4. Nice job. Shake it out. Ooh. Ooh, it feels good. Doesn't feel good to get that blood flowing, get that blood going. Also, helps that coffee cool off. That coffee is too hot now. It's nice. The perfect temperature for sipping. Oh, that coffee is so good. This happens to be Life Boost doing decaf coffee. I'm limiting myself to 1 cup of caffeinated coffee per day. 1 cup of caffeinated coffee per day. But I found this delicious decaf coffee called Life Boost. Life Boost, I love it. No sponsorship here. It's a little bit expensive, but it's really good. It's like a no acid. It's like almost zero acidity. When's the Captain Coder exercise DVD coming out? That's so good. I should do that. We should get the Captain Coder exercise DVD. That'd be hilarious. Oh my goodness. We're gonna do Captain Coder Sings the Blues, the other one. Bram, I'm glad you got those stretches. They felt good. Lance, I'm glad you got them in there. Yeah, 7-minute stretches, or whatever you call it. What's good, Captain AOR? Aries, welcome back to the stream. It's so glad to see you here. I hope you've been having a beautiful day. Hope you've been having a beautiful week, beautiful month. I missed you all during November. Okay. All right. Sorry if I'm missing stuff in chat. If you feel free to tag me. So if it's for me specifically, feel free to tag me. Or if you have a question, exclamation point question, followed by your question, we'll add it in. So if you want to add in a question, the question command will get it in here. So if I missed something that you wanted me to see, let me know. A lot of stuff going on in the chat during that break. But we're going to hop back in here. I need to write some unit tests. I'm going to write some unit tests here because I'm failing. And so I want to make sure. Question testing 1, 2, 3. There you go. Does it work? It does. It does work. Maxwell, testing 1, 2, 3. The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Go and save that here. clear out that queue. A unit test. Well, you know, this is just so I can have the test be repeatable. Have the test be repeatable. Hang on. Oh, it did get symbols part 2. Symbols part 2. That's correct. Let me change symbols part 2. Okay, I think I'm okay here. Build symbols part 2. Let's make these public so I can test them. Oh, I need to pull these out into some class here. Let's call this, what's the name of this puzzle? The name of this puzzle is like grinding gears, gear ratios. All right, create a new gear ratios.cs, and we'll do a public static class gear ratios. We're gonna pull these methods that I want to test in here. Build symbols part 2. We're gonna just write some tests here to validate that we're doing these properly. Public static here. And this needs to take in as an argument a string array of lines. Okay. Public inconsistent accessibly return is less accessible. Oh, it's telling me that this down here needs to be public. Captain, I still on my YouTube journey. Glad to hear it. Streaming again. The semester about to end for the school year. Gotcha. I'm looking forward to seeing more of your stuff. You know, you're always welcome to post it on our Discord, folks. If you guys don't know, we do have a Discord as well, where you can, if you're a streamer, I want to know whatever you're working on. I want to know about. It's not all about the captain. The stream is all about the captain's ego, but the captain's Discord wants to know more about you. Okay, so gear ratios here. Let's write a test here. Let's swap this out. All right, so build symbols part 2. Let's just kill that here. And so this should be gear ratios dot build symbols. I'm gonna rename this. This needs to take in our lines, and I'm gonna rename this build gear map. That's essentially what it is. The idea is that we're finding all of the positions where we have this, and really, we don't actually care about the symbol. I'm going to change this to be a hash set of positions. That's all we really care about in this particular case. Hash set of position. Name this to gears. And we'll change this to add new position row column. Should really be using my utility class row. Profits! Welcome back to the stream. That's what I said when I stood before Tiamat. Let's just kill that taps wooden sword on ground and rushes in the wooden sword. Oh boy. Tiamat. Gonna take you down, unfortunately, if all you got is a wooden sword. So this is gonna be our hash set position gear map. Like that. Let's do gear map here. I don't know why I said because this wasn't I didn't find my bug. I thought I found it for a second. All right, so gear map here. Let's write a unit test. Come up to make dir tests .NET new x unit here. We're gonna write some tests. And happy Sunday to you, Prophets. It's nice to have you here on this beautiful day. I hope you've been well. It was great watching you play some WoW. It was a while ago, but I've just been on a hiatus. I've been moving, grooving, getting into a new house. Glad to be in a new house now. All right, so we got this test. .NET add reference. Is this correct? It's been a while since we're gonna add the implementation here. Boom. All right, so this should be able to see this. Let's open this. I don't really want it to be in two different. All right, let's make a solution. .NET new SLN day AOC 2023 day 3. Is that how we do it? How do I name my solution? I guess I could just have it be 003 and have, that's fine. .NET SLN add implementation. .NET SLN add tests. No one does this way except for me because I'm insane. Most people use Visual Studio to just do all of that for us. But let's open up this here so that we have our project like so. Your workspace has multiple solutions. I don't like that. What are you talking about multiple solutions? There's just one solution. Oh, it created a solution here. Choose to open this one. Why is there a solution here? That's fascinating. Okay. So we should be able to have this test here. We're going to rename this gear ratios tests. All right, gear ratios test. Okay. So I'm testing out my build gear map. Test. I really liked what Grumpy Game Dev is doing, but I'm not gonna follow build gear map. All right. So the Grumpy Game Dev showed me this thing where we use underscores for tests because they're so different than everything else. You can identify them as a test like immediately without having to see facts. So if you see this going on, that's what we're doing there. I really like that. I'm not following the convention that he has recommended for like naming them, which maybe we should do. But let's bring in our sample input here. Our sample input, string input equals and does, I think .NET 8 will make it so that this string here has no real, it shouldn't have white space at the end. It might have some at the beginning and end there. But we'll do it. We're gonna split this into lines anyway, lines. And we're gonna do a split on a new line, and then we'll do trim options or split options, trim entries, remove empty entries. Can I add multiple here? Trim entries. Can I add multiple of these? Remove empty entries. Is it something that I can use as an and? Let's see, let's look at these. It is a flag. Okay, so I can do an or. It does both of them. String options, string split options, remove empty entries as well. So this should, and I should maybe test that out. It should split it up so that we have this in the format that we want for doing our lines. It should trim off any crazy white space and any blank entries we have as well. Proton, we have a legend with us, folks. Proton Legendary. Check this out. Working on, I don't know if you're, Proton, I'm so sorry if I didn't understand. Kart King, are you finished with Kart King? By the way, I got myself a joystick. I think it's still packed. I have a Commodore 64 joystick to play it. I'm really excited for it. But folks, be sure to give Proton a follow. Codes in Assembly, amazing, absolutely incredible programmer. Okay, so now we're gonna get our dictionary here. Well, it should be a hash set now of position. You're not finished, it's still working on, cool. I can't wait to check it out when I actually have a chance. Gear ratios dot build gear map on lines. So this is our this is what we want to test now. Let me get shouldly in here because I really like shouldly. CD tests .NET. How do I add a NuGet package? My brain is just not functional anymore. I've been away so long. Shouldly NuGet. Magicians, absolutely shouldly. All right, what is the .NET add package? Add package. Should-ly. There we go. Should-ly is a little helper, and you'll see here. Should-ly. Do I have to tell it which version? Interesting. I thought I could do that and I'd find the most recent version. That's interesting. Okay, so we have a should-ly here. And so we can now do positions.count.should. Oh, I gotta be, it should be 2. We should have 2. Oh, I broke, you know what? My solution might work. I actually messed up the sample input. I changed the sample input might be the problem I have. I changed the sample input. Oh man, how embarrassing will this be if my solution works and I just had the wrong inputs? Let's try it. I broke my sample input. I thought, so I had this second one here. I should have made it read only. I should make this file read only. All right, that's bad. For answering your question with such veracity, yeah. I still think I could very well have a problem. Let's do .NET run sample input. It could still be wrong. Let's find out. 467-835. Okay, so I think we have a good solution. We may have a good solution. I was surprised. Okay, all right. So let's test it here with our regular input here. 85010461. That's a big number. Let's give it a shot here. Okay, so we do have a working solution. That's good. I like that. Let me finish this unit test anyway. Thank you for the 2 stars, Smab. Gee, thank you very much. Nenevrak, thank you for asking such a good question that I answered with such ferocity. I love it. So I can toss that number in, or does everyone get different results? Everyone gets, from what I understand, Tubertar, you shouldn't. There's a chance it'll work for you. From what I understand, there's a pool of possible inputs. Everyone gets, ideally, everyone gets like a different input. But people have, some people do overlap. I don't know how many different inputs there are. The rules basically, please don't share your inputs. So it's like one of those things where they want to avoid people doing like an input scraping thing to get solutions. But yeah, your number won't work. All right, we did it. We got our gold star, Smab. Let's check out your solution. Here. I think I'm gonna actually clone this because looking at it in, yeah, I'm gonna actually just clone your repository if you don't mind. I hope you don't mind. This will just be easier for me. Why is my GitHub so wild? Code. Copy that. I'm gonna go up a directory. Keep going. Make dir. What is the Smab UK? I already have one for you. Yeah, I do. Smab UK. Git clone. cd admin of code. Let's check it out. Do you get to pick like, yeah. So it's completely language agnostic. You just get your puzzles. Let me actually, hang on. I want to go into CD solutions, CD 2023, and open up here. Okay. When you code, you want to look at, yeah. Thank you, Smab. Thank you for the clarification. Sorry, I got that. It was about to go crazy. All right, let's look at misclick. Day 3 here. All right, this is Smab. Solution Smab, thank you so much for sharing your solution with the points. Also, folks, I forgot to add all for joining me in my stretches. 250 points to all of you. For being here, points add Al. 250 points. For being here to witness me finish day 3, another 250 points. You guys are all beautiful. You can use German. It's true, G. You can use German. All right, let's check out SMAB's solution here. And folks, if you guys want to join the Discord, share your solutions. I love to see a little bit of conversation going on. I'd love to have a little bit more conversation. Feel free to join the Discord. Feel free to join our leaderboard just to hang out and see how it is. Maxwell, nice. You're making look at you going. Look at you go. Okay. I want to see. Solution 1, find parts, no gears. Yeah, see, I could really refine. Mine is gnarly. Mine is pretty gnarly. Acid Beth, welcome to the stream, my friend. If you want to learn some C#, some great resources for you there. I love the C# player's guide. If you're just starting out, my workbook is pretty good for absolute beginners. It's targeted for young students. It's not finished. I'm updating it to .NET 8 currently. So that will probably, the .NET 8 updates will probably be fully out by January. Find parts, no gears. Gear, space. See, Smab, you do this. You do these things the right way. You do these things the right way. So for the find parts, no gears, you did the easy way. The easy way is what I did, maybe? Part and no position. Let's look at this type here. Part, position. Yeah, that's sort of my number data there is that one. Where's the back? Go back. Alt left arrow. Okay. Match. I was thinking I should do a regular expression as well. That probably would have been simpler. Search adjacent. Yeah. So you loop around the edge of the number and get it there. Yeah, this is essentially what I did. I believe I just did it with a dictionary. I did some crazy stuff to get it there. Mandragora X, thank you so much for the follow. Mandragora X, welcome to the crew. Thank you so much for the follow. Happy to have you here. Okay. So yeah, we find the corners, we loop around the outside, check if it is the symbol. If it is, we add it to the left, and then we found it and we break. Okay, yeah. So Smab, I'm curious your thoughts here. This feels like an appropriate, for me, you have this break here and then this if here to do the break. What are your thoughts on go to in this situation? I probably, if I was doing it this particular way, I might have put a label on this loop and done a go to on the label. I'm curious your thoughts on that. Or can you continue labels? You would consider a go to. Yeah, it's one of the times, so everyone's go tos are evil. This is one of those times where a go to actually, I think, reads a little bit better than this. This is my opinion though. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay. Find parts, no gears. Okay, so you find possible gears. This is a beautiful solution. Group by position. Yep, that's essentially what I did, but I explicitly did it with like a for each and hash sets. And then you find the count 2, you select the key. Awesome. If the gear ratios, sum of gear ratio is 0. Yeah, I hate these aggregate functions. Hate is a strong word. I find them so awkward to write, but this one actually looks really beautiful. We start at 1, we aggregate by multiplying them together. So anyone who doesn't know, aggregate is a functional, if you're familiar with Fold and Haskell, or another functional language, aggregate is a fold. It's saying start with the number 1. 1 is going to be our initial X, and then go through all of the values of Y, and you essentially do a loop and multiply them all together. Is that right? What? So Smab, this is interesting. I'm not, oops, I hit page down, undo. Page up, page down. Where did I go here? I hit a button. Here we go. Label to break right out of the function. I actually did that a few weeks ago. Gotcha. Can you do continue and then give it a label in nested loops? So Java doesn't have goto, but it has labels for loops. You can put labels on a loop and do a continue at label, which is really cool. Outer while, continue, outer, break outer. Okay, there's a break to a label. Gotcha. Very cool. Vincent Deal in Car. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Points at Vincent. Thank you so much for helping me out with it. Vicente. Sorry, I'm pronouncing that terrible. Vicente Deal in Car. 50 points to you, my friend. Also, Consciente. Thank you for the follow. Consciente. Welcome aboard. Oh, welcome to the stream. Afterwear. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm looking at this going like, this is a bit gnarly. In my mind, a bit gnarly. Or difficult to understand. I'm like looking at and going like, this is beautiful. This is where Link shines. This here is beautiful to me. This part just feels awkward. I always run into like awkwardness when I'm trying to do an aggregate for whatever reason. The last try, Vicente. Gotcha. Is there a simple way to explain the main use of IEnumerable? I tried Googling it but got confused. Nenivrak, I'd be happy to explain it. Smab, I really like your solution so much. Look how much simpler yours is than mine. There's a lot of things I could. Regex would have been beautiful for parsing the numbers, but yeah, Nenivrak. If you hang out just for a moment, I'll show you how IEnumerable works. I'm happy to explain it. Yeah, for whatever reason in C# the aggregates always look ugly to me. They always look ugly to me. Coming from a functional programming language, I don't know why that is, but they always look really, really strange to me. Not Fake Cake. What a great name. The cake is not fake. Not Fake Cake. Welcome to the Captain Stream. I'd like to say, welcome aboard. I like that you're not fake. Not fake cake. Not fake cake. Thanks so much for the follow. Happy to have you with us on this beautiful day. BK, welcome back to the stream, my friend. And BK says, I'm doing wonderful. Hey ho, how are you? I'm fabulous. Day 3 has me on the ropes already. This one's a little bit tricky. Finding it difficult to do it efficiently, saving it as a 2D array and looping through. Yeah, I decided not to do a 2D array. And I'll show you what I did real quick, and then I'm going to explain IEnumerables to Nenivrak. BK, let me know if you want tips. You don't have to tell me if you want tips. But I'm happy to show you how my approach, so that way I didn't have to keep looping through the 2D array. I ended up looping through it twice. I could do it once. if I was a little bit more efficient. But happy to explain that to you. But Nenivrak, I'm gonna show you an IEnumerable example here. Let's go to our temp directory. IEnumerable example. Do I already have this? No. IEnumerable example. .NET new console. So let's talk about IEnumerable. I really appreciate the offer, but this year I'm trying to do it myself. Gotcha. That's why I wanted to ask. So I won't tell you too much. But yeah, I did not use a 2D array. I used something that made it a little bit more straightforward. Smab, awesome solution. I can't wait to see your updates. But I love the simplicity of your code much more than mine. I should totally go back and refactor it. So Nenivrak is asking about IEnumerables, how they work, what are they? Can I give an explanation? So cool, give you 3 minutes. Perfect. That's enough time for me to explain this. So let's talk about what is an IEnumerable. It's an interface. So it doesn't necessarily have a thing, but what is IEnumerable? So a list is an IEnumerable, an array is an IEnumerable, a hash set is an IEnumerable. So the idea with an IEnumerable is something that you can iterate over. So I could do the following: IEnumerable values equals new. We have to give it a type and say there's integers inside this values. I could say that it is an int array of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. So the concept of an IEnumerable is just anything that is a collection that you can iterate over. You can enumerate over. So in this case, I do a for each int value in values. So the idea is I have this high level idea that lets us enumerate over these and access each things in an order. The important thing with an IEnumerable is that there is typically an order that you can go through. Hash that turns out it's not. I take it back. We can just loop through all of these things. You can look at each things, and you want to look at them once usually. Console.WriteLine value. So an IEnumerable at its essence is just a data type that lets us loop. It gives us the ability to loop over a thing. So I could switch this to a list of integers. And then I don't have to change anything. It's just an IEnumerable here. I don't care that it's a list in this case for a for each. So that's the very basics of it. What are enumerable that cannot be iterated? Why does IEnumerable need to be a concept? The IEnumerable is just an interface. If we look at the interface, there's no implementation. Zangarang, good question. There's no implementation. The way we iterate over a list, the way we iterate over an array, and the way we iterate over a hash set could all be different. There might be more efficient way to go from the start of list to the end. There might be a different way to go over a hash set. Another one is a dictionary. Here is an enumerable. So if I do a dictionary of keys, let's go from a character to an int map here. We'll do a new dictionary like this, and we'll add some things in our map. A is 7, map B is 2. I believe we have an enumerator here, map of as enumerable. We get back a key value pair here. So if on the left side, it would be a key value pair of char to int. This should be angle brackets. Enumerable. Enumerable. It doesn't enumerable. What is this complaining about? Key value pair. Oh, this should be an IEnumerable of key value pair here. So the way we iterate over this might be different for efficiency reasons than another one. So we don't care about the implementation. We just care that we can iterate over it. Zangarang, did that kind of make sense to you? The idea is there isn't just an enumerable type. The IEnumerable is this concept of anything that we can iterate over, enumerator. So we get this. This lets us do the loop over it. Did that make any sense? Welcome back to the grind, BK. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Okay. Pushed. Excellent, Smab. We'll check it out in just a moment. So the IEnumerable allows us to loop through things. It also, one of the things that is really, really cool with an IEnumerable is, and an IEnumerator really, is you can lazily evaluate. This means that we don't have to actually, when we use this thing called link, we don't actually have to look at every element in the list to get it. So I can actually write a function, like I can write the following function, IEnumerable of int, and this is going to be like get values. Let's write a thing that does get values, and I'm going to do a yield return 5, yield return 2, yield return 7, yield return 10. Okay. Notice I don't actually have a data structure. I don't have a list. I don't have anything. This creates what's called a thunk. Maybe it's not called a thunk in C#, but in Haskell is what I call it, where it's going to run until it gets to this yield, and then we get the value. So check this out. Check this out. I can create a method that says wait to return these things. If I do get values here and I run it, I get 5, I get 2, I get 7, I get 10. But what if I only need one thing in there? Let's do a thing. Console.WriteLine start. Wait for 2. Wait for 7. Wait for 10. If I run this, You'll see I get 5, wait for 2, 2, wait for 7, 7, wait for 10, 10. It doesn't evaluate the whole thing all at once. Yeah, check it out. This is the advantage. This is the advantage. What if I'm writing a function and I say, does this list contain 2? I want to write a thing that says, does it contain 2? Check this out. If value is 2, let's go ahead and write it out here. But as soon as we find 2, we're going to break. I don't have to look at the whole thing here. I don't have to look at the whole thing here, and I will never actually run the code here that's below. Start 5, wait for 2, 2. So the IEnumerable allows us to do these lazy evaluations. This never, it executed this and then never executed again. Even though I was in this loop here, I can do this without actually having a data structure that's storing these things. So I can do it as using these thunks here. Does that make sense? You might have a while loop inside the method. So the biggest thing is the linked data. Slavical, welcome back to the stream. This is useful for all of these things. If you're referring to IEnumerables, Astro, IEnumerables are incredibly useful. That's why they're sort of built in. There's this whole library called Link that lets us do some really cool stuff with them. I'm doing absolutely fabulous, Slavical. How the heck are you on this beautiful Sunday? I hope you're having a beautiful Sunday. Nen Evrak, did that make sense? Did that answer your question? They're very, very useful, and they tend to be super optimized. There's the team working on C# is obsessed with optimizations these days. In .NET 8, things are crazy fast a lot of the time. Yeah, I hope that kind of answered your question. Feel free to ask for clarifications. Yeah, play around with it a bit to fully understand it. I think that IEnumerables are really, really useful. IEnumerator are the two interfaces to kind of understand, but this is the high level concept of it. All right, Smab did a push. Let's get a pull. Let's check out Smab's update here. Smab's update. Updated 7 minutes ago. Repair the part of the code was to get rid of the need for breaks. Gotcha. Nice. There you go. I can just return, but I forgot to change it. Gotcha. Rockstone, baby. Rockstone, baby. Baby Rockstone, thank you for following me. Rockstone, baby. Thank you so much for the follow. I hope that's how you pronounce it. Rockstone, baby. Baby. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Happy to have you here. Cool name. Okay. What else did we change, Smab? I could look at a diff, I suppose. I could look at the diff. How do I look at diff? Diff? View diff. On this, I just want to look on the diff on this file. Oh, no more aggregate. Gotcha. So that was search adjacent, return list. Oh, you made a function below. Search adjacent, just return the list. Here it is. Yeah, I like this. Go through all of them. Ooh, I like that. Where? Ooh, I love that syntax. I really like that. I always forget about these niceties like this in C# because I guess I feel like I'm writing in Java. And Java, maybe Java has this nice syntax here, but plus here, beautiful. Smab, nice solution. I really like it. I should refactor mine. Mine's gnarly. A gnarly mess. A little bit sloppy. A sloppy mess a little bit. Folks, this was fun. No more two-list, two-array, C# 12 feature. No more two-list or two-array. You're saying you're not using those. It works out the best thing to do. Oh. That's cool. We should do a stream where I look at just the new C# 12 features. There's a lot of stuff in there that I'm not 100% familiar with, but seems super cool and awesome. But yeah, we have a nice little solution here. My solution's a mess. Definitely could do some refactoring here. My solution, it works. It works, but it's not the most best code, easy to read, but I'm okay with it. We're gonna do a git add. Oh, let's commit my solution here. Git status. Git commit -m chore complete day 3 part 1 and part 2. Push it on up there so people can see it. It's a little bit messy. I'll probably want to refactor it a little bit. I got a lot of stuff I gotta get done today. We're gonna wrap up for today. Folks, thank you guys so much for hanging out. As always, it's a joy to see all of you beautiful people with me. Regathian says 1, 2, more numbers, 4 is also a really cool thing they can do. Yeah, it's great. It's great. Fedorasaur, thank you. No, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here. We love having you. I love having you. We're gonna find someone to raid. Let's see who we got. Who we got? Anyone I know? The union code, yeah. Yeah. Let's take a look here. Anyone? Ascertainment, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for checking the specs. Anyone doing Advent of Code right now? Advent. Why am I browsing Hollow Knight? That's weird. Doi. Thank you for the doi. Where did the game category go? Sorry, the software and game development category is gone for me. I accidentally, somehow I clicked on, all right, let's see here. Advent of Code. Yeah, I don't know why. So for some reason, I was in the game thing. Thank you for that. Juice MIT Apfeldrin. Awesome name. Points, add Juice. 50 points. Yeah, I was just hitting the wrong thing. If anyone had learning Rust, that seems like it could be fun. Advent of Code. If anyone has someone specific that they like, I don't know any of these people. There's someone doing it in Rust. Rust seems like it could be fun. There's someone doing it in Python. And there's someone doing it in TypeScript here. These are the people I see doing it. Let's see if so what are we thinking, people? These are all new people to me. M-Tricks we did yesterday. Gears Data Pack is doing it in Rust. People want to see some Rust. Python or TypeScript. Let's see. Let's make sure people are doing it in English as well. Sometimes I read. Let's check out Gears Data Pack here. Gears Data Pack. They're in English. Rust seems fun. We're gonna go raid Gears Data Pack, folks. Gears Data Pack. They have no look, 6 followers. Be sure to give them some love. All right, so before we do that, let me unpin this real quick. We're gonna wrap it up. Before we go over there, be sure to hit that heart when we get there. We're gonna give them some love. Get ready to raid them. Be sure to give them some follow, give them some love. Look, they're essentially doing what I did last year. I started streaming Advent of Code. I started streaming because of Advent of Code. Let's go give them some love. Check out some Rusts and have some fun. Have some fun, folks. Be sure to give them some love. All right, everybody. As always, keep coding, keep growing, be the best you can be, and you are welcome back anytime. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.